Hey there! Today I've got a story for you. One that will not only spark your imagination, but also help you improve your English listening skills. It's a tale of mystery, adventure, and a young man's search for truth deep in the heart of the Amazon jungle. As you listen, try to follow along with each scene. Focus on the words, the emotions, and the journey. Now, take a deep breath and step into the story, one heartbeat at a time, as we follow Kai and the compass that led him somewhere no one has ever returned from. Kai had never known his father. The man vanished when Kai was just a children explorer, chasing legends in the Amazon. All that remained was a dusty trunk in the attic. For years, it stayed locked, forgotten, until one stormy afternoon, Kai found the key. Inside, he discovered an old, leather-bound journal, brittle with age, pages filled with scribbled notes, drawings of strange symbols, and a map, half burned, half intact. But what caught his attention the most was a compass. It was old, the glass cracked, the needle rusted, but it wouldn't stop spinning. No matter where he turned, it never pointed north. It didn't point anywhere. And in that moment, Kai knew this was no ordinary compass. It was a message, a clue, and maybe a calling. The next morning, Kai packed a small bag, grabbed the compass, the journal, and booked a one-way flight to Peru. He had no plan, no guide, just his father's map, and a feeling that this was something he had to do. From a small village near the Amazon River, he chartered a helicopter. The pilot, an old man with deep lines on his face, stared at the compass and shook his head. "People go looking for legends. Legends usually win," he muttered. They flew low over the dense green canopy. Fog began to rise. The compass spun faster. Then, the engine choked. Alarm screamed. The helicopter dropped, crashing through the trees. Branches tore through metal. The world turned upside down. Then silence. Birds flew off. The jungle swallowed the noise. Somehow, Kai was alive. Bruised, shaken, but breathing. And the compass still spinning in his hand. For 2 days, Kai wandered through the jungle. Thick vines clawed at his legs. Insects bit. The heat was unbearable. And the compass gave no help, still spinning, endlessly. At night, strange sounds echoed through the trees. A scream, distant but human. Twice he thought he saw movement in the shadows. Eyes watching him, always watching. On the third night, it came. A jaguar black as the void leapt from the darkness. Kai rolled, barely dodging its claws. He ran blindly, heart pounding, crashing through roots and thorns. He slipped, fell down a steep slope into darkness. Branches snapped, dirt flew. Then a hard landing. A cave. Inside it was cold. The walls were covered in strange carvings. Symbols, animals, people with one large eye. In the center of the cave, drawn in red, a single symbol, an open eye, watching. The cave led to a narrow path, hidden beneath roots and stone. Kai followed it for hours, until the jungle opened. And there it stood, a massive stone gate, half covered in moss, carved with the same open eye. There was no door, no handle, just a circular slot in the center, the perfect size for his spinning compass. He placed it in. It clicked. The stone began to hum softly, as if waking up. Then the compass froze. Its needle pointed in every direction at once. No matter how he turned it, nothing moved. He remembered a line from his father's journal. "When the compass fails, follow what makes your heart race." Kai closed his eyes, breathed in the still air. He focused on the sound of his heartbeat. Slowly, he turned the compass, not toward north but toward the path that felt right. The humming grew louder, and with a low rumble, the gate opened. The gate opened into silence. No wind, no birds, not even insects. Kai stepped through, and the jungle behind him seemed to vanish. Before him stretched a city carved from gold and stone. Tall pillars lined the empty streets. Statues stared blankly. Tables were set as if a feast had just been abandoned. Food still sat there dry, untouched, frozen in time. In the center stood a massive fountain, long dried up. Above it floated a stone, black, round, and softly glowing. Kai moved closer. As he did, the compass in his hand began to tremble. Lights flickered across the golden walls. Symbols began to pulse. The air felt heavy. He reached out, slowly. His fingers brushed the stone. In that instant, a deep, low hum filled the air. The ground shook. Statues cracked. From somewhere far off, a storm was rising. The hum grew louder. Then came the crack, sharp, deep. The ground split beneath Kai's feet. Golden tiles shattered. Dust rose like smoke. The fountain exploded. The stone shot upward into the sky, trailing black sparks. Statues fell, smashing into the streets. Walls crumbled. The city groaned like something alive and dying. Kai ran. He didn't think, he just moved, jumping over broken pillars, dodging falling debris. Behind him, the golden city collapsed in waves, as if the past was erasing itself. He dove through the stone gate just as it came crashing down behind him. A cloud of dust followed. Then silence. He lay in the dirt, coughing, shaking, alive. He looked down. Something gleamed in the rubble beside him. The compass, scorched, cracked. It should have been broken, but it was still spinning. Beside him, half buried, a rusted pendant. He turned it over. A.H. His father had been here. Maybe he was still alive. Thanks for sticking around till the end. That was just one story. But the jungle still hides more. If you're still listening, then maybe you are meant to hear it. Hope to see you guys more. Until next time, stay curious.